All right, you guys with me?
Yes.
All right. All right, so I have team lead for Cohort 5A and team lead for Cohort 5. Okay, not the team lead. Sorry, give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay, all right. All right, so like I said, we have team lead for Cohort 5A here and a member of Cohort 5B here. So I reckon Cohort 5, Adijuma is not around because of his network. So Mr. Tola, you'll be standing in for him. All right. This is actually not acceptable by all standards. Why? Because everybody was expected to attend this meeting. Every team member, every participant was supposed to attend this meeting, but I only have the team lead here. All right. So I just want to stress it because it has all been announced. It was announced last month that the meeting will be holding at this time today. All right, and the meeting time has been communicated since the beginning of the week. So I believe it's appropriate for everybody to plan towards it. So please communicate this to other team members. All right. We may need to reconvene this meeting. All right, we may need to reconvene this meeting, but I will still want to get feedbacks from the team leads that I have here on the 1 month journey so far. How has it been? What has been happening? Okay, so what is joining? So I would want to start with team Quad 5B. I think. Mr. Tola, can you hear me?
Oh, is it me? Okay, yes.
Yes. Let me, yeah. As
Okay.
far as I'm concerned, they are the team lead. I think I need to change that. Adijumo cannot be the team lead because of his network problems.
Okay.
So I need a team lead that is vibrant and can be reachable easily.
I think he's actually vibrant, just network. Okay. We can discuss that outside of this platform. So the status of our work, we have finalized the project that we want to discuss with the mentor. We have also prepared the PowerPoint slide that we intend to run the mentor through, and we have also brainstormed on the tough questions that are likely to come out. So the only thing that is left now is for us to actually get together and have a meeting with the mentor. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this yet, but we elected to do an health app, okay. and our target market is the higher, lower income and the lower middle income band.
Okay.
So yes, that's our target market, and the whole goal of our app is to create a platform where people can easily access medical services without traveling miles in Lagos traffic, or for those that are in areas where hospitals are not so close, to be able to access quick medical services.
Okay. So what is the unique selling point of the product?
Unique selling
Is it
points.
that people can reach out to doctors on the app? What exactly?
Well, I've always had an issue with the term unique selling points, but the problem that we are selling.
Okay, I think that's the better language.
Is right. That we are giving people access to medical professionals and also giving doctors opportunity to earn other income, and also giving hospitals platforms to have more diverse clients that are not able to walk into the hospitals.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, so you said you have the PowerPoint and the documentation. Or a document.
I think it is with Temple. We actually discussed it in detail, but it didn't share with us because we were waiting for the meeting with the mentor. Yes.
All right. So let me move. So that's understandable. You have a product you want to develop now. So the next thing is your mentor. So your mentor is a very difficult person to get. I think you met her already, Mr. Kola, Ms. Korede.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yes. So she's a bit difficult to get. And I was able to fix a meeting with your team and your mentor last Friday, but I don't know what happened. Right.
Network.
So yeah, so please, that cannot happen again. For example, if you had met with her on Friday, now all this would have been fixed. All right. Okay. So, and to get her back now is a bit challenging. Right. So okay. I'm still working on either she'll still be your mentor or I'll get somebody else to mentor your team. All right, but we are looking at this week so that you can meet with her and she can fine-tune your idea before you start developing. All right, good job, team. So still on your team, how do you have a fixed meeting time on a weekly basis?
The time we pick is Tuesdays and Thursdays for 7 p.m.
Tuesdays and Thursdays for 7 p.m. Okay.
But the few times we met, we had to meet around 5 o'clock because the team leader only has access to network around 5.
All right.
Yeah. So but the appointed time is 7. But so we are working on having a better time for weekends. At least most people should have more flexible time from during weekends.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. So that's about your mentor, the product, and thirdly, I'm still coming to 5A. I think it's only Mr. Gigi that is here. So thirdly, I want to ask about the individual training program, the Technician Digital Academy training course. How far? So this is personal, this is not about team now. So I'll start from Mr. Dari. Mr. Dari, are you with me?
Yes, I am.
All right, so tell us, where are you? Let me just share my screen so that in case, okay, let me just share this page. All right, you can also see my page, my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, so this is the training program, training course. All right, so Mr. Tola, tell us, Mr. Dari, tell us the one you finished, the one you're still working on, and the one you're still planning to work on next week.
Okay, actually, I've not to actually take a look at any of the courses yet. So yeah, that is, but I'm looking forward to doing that probably anytime next week.
All right, so Mr. Dari, you've not even taken a look at it.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Tola.
I finished it.
Wow, fantastic. All right, so you have your certificate then.
I actually got stuck along the way. I finished it and the website closed.
Closed.
And saying yes. So I didn't get anything at all.
Do you have an account?
Yes, I do.
And what is your account, your dashboard saying?
Okay, I would need to log on to it
Please
to
check.
actually. Okay.
Yeah, please check and give feedback on that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because your certificate is also important. All right, so I'll move to Mr. Ashad. Welcome.
Yes,
Hi,
yes.
Ashad. All right.
Hi,
Yeah,
hi.
you're welcome. So we are going through the personal training. So where are you on? Which of the training courses are you taking, and which are you planning to take later on?
So I have completed first 2 sections as of now.
That's ideas, products, and people.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well done. All right. So quickly, let me just move to the next person. Is Mr. JJ? Yeah. Can you hear me, JJ?
I can't hear you, Dami.
All right.
Sorry about that. No. Yes, I've taken some of the courses. On if you just scroll up a bit, I think I'm on the fourth one. I have done how to build a business model with purpose at the core. I'm on the fourth. I'm on the fourth or fifth.
Course.
Yes, course. Yes.
All right.
I've done what? Yes, I've done it. I've been on it, but I've not been competent on a daily basis.
So I know Ashad created an Excel sheet to track everybody's training, if I'm correct.
Yes, he did.
Because I saw it. Yes. So please, I think that's a very good one from Ashad. It will easily help you guide your learning so that you can just monitor it. Okay, Mark, I can see Mark. Mark, you're welcome, but you are very, very late. Well, welcome still. Can you hear me, Mark? Hello, Mark, can you hear me? Can any other person hear me? I need to be sure.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right.
Loud and clear.
All right. Mark, can you hear me? All right. So these courses actually needs to be finished within the first 2 months of the program. 1 month is gone. We have 1 month more to go. Right. And nobody's halfway yet from understanding. Well, good job, everyone, but we need to double our efforts. All right. Getting the certificate also is very, very important because it adds to your portfolio. I mean, taking a Technician Digital Business Academy course, it adds to your portfolio. And it's also an opportunity, it's a free course everybody takes. Like I said, this course will be tracked individually. So it's nobody's responsibility if you don't take the course. Your team lead, you can't say, oh, we could not meet our mentor, our team lead, or we could not have a meeting or that. All right, this is an individual journey. All right, building your product is a team journey, but this is individual and to be tracked individually. I noticed that we've not been giving reports on our progress because I clearly mentioned it in the first session. A report of your weekly progress of taking this course. It is very, very important so that I don't need to wait till after the end of the first month to track the overall team progress, right? I should know from weekly reports, seeing what everybody's doing. So please, let's build that culture. And Slack, the last 1 month, most of the activities, conversations have been going on WhatsApp. I allowed that because I wanted the team to bond because WhatsApp is easier, all right? But there's a reason why we decided to put the conversation on Slack, and we'll be going back to that going into the second month. All right, you can have your WhatsApp group. All right, but conversations need to happen on Slack. It is very, very important. And let me tell you why. When you are used to Slack, our Slack channel is a community of over 1,000 people, over 1,000 techies. Trust me, you will still need other techies to join your team when you start building. Like I said in the first session, you are building a product. You would need different aspects of tech. You need maybe UI UX designer, a front-end developer, somebody. And it is important you create that community, create that communication with other Slack channel members. So it is important you engage on Slack also in terms of other activities. There are a lot of other activities going on Slack channel, aside from your team channel. Other activities are going on. So please, your reports, your minutes of meetings should be posted on Slack. Your minute links should be posted on Slack. And you can post on WhatsApp also, right? But it should be posted on Slack. I will not be communicating on the WhatsApp group anymore. I'll be communicating strictly via Slack over the next month. All right, so I just wanted this first 1 month, to be an opportunity for everybody to bond together. But now everybody's together. It is important we now move back to Slack. And secondly, some of us might be applying to travel abroad and all that. Having a structured program like this can only be recognized on platforms like Slack. You can have a track record on Slack, conversations on Slack, but WhatsApp will not really be recognized. So it's important our conversations are on Slack now. 1 month has gone good. We've been able to communicate and bond. I'm moving to the second month where building should start. All right. So please get back on Slack. Let communications move on Slack. Every official communication, every information I'll be passing across would strictly be on Slack henceforth. So please tell your team members that are not here, we're having communications on Slack. And also engage with other community members. You might need a backend developer one of these days during your second month, probably. And the communication you build with other members of our Slack channel would aid you in getting people to work on your products with you for free. All right. Okay, having said that, I would want to quickly go to team Quad 5A. That would be JJ, right? I learned you are the team lead now. Mr. JJ, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, so over the next two minutes, tell us the status of your product development and all, what the last 1 month has been.
Well, thank you very much, Dami. It's been a very interesting 1 month for me, networking with my team members. Having the ability to have very rich ideas and share with them. Well, basically, we've had our mentor meeting twice, and our mentor, very rich in ideas and experience, has been able to put us on a good footing as regards what our project for our team is. So we've learned a lot from him. We are still learning from him. As a team, we have bonded close to like 60%. Well, we will do better. We are currently doing better. We are working towards it. And whatever challenges we have as a team, I believe that we will get our project done in no time.
All right. So what status is your product document ready?
Currently, we are still working on our PID. That is our product information document. We are currently having to rewrite it and to refine it, so to speak. We are trying to make it more robust as per the instructions of our mentor.
All right, so when should it be ready? Because it is due today, actually. So when will it be ready?
It will be ready before our next meet.
That's in 1 month's time.
It will be ready before 1 month's time. In 2 weeks' time, it should be totally ready.
All right, so let me make something clear. Right. So this program has its stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Stage 1 just finished, and the target for stage 1, or the task for stage 1, is to get your product document or your product pitch ready and approved by your mentor. All right, and we've passed stage 1. I think luckily stage 1 was 5 weeks, if I'm correct. Am I correct? Five weeks, right? Between the very first meeting and now. All right. So if for the teams, both teams, your product document is already. I know 5B have it, but the mentor has not approved it yet and all that. 5A, you've met with your mentor, you've not finished it. All right. So you are behind schedule already. You are behind, and you need to catch up. So I can give a week extra. Because I understand the dynamics of things. Maybe you couldn't meet with your mentor in time and all that. So I can give a week grace. So by next Saturday, I'm expecting to get product documents of both teams. Are we on the same page?
Noted.
All right, so please work double time on that. Your product document should be ready by next week, Saturday. We don't need to have a meeting to review it. All right, but just make sure your mentor has gone through it, has seen it, then before you start development. All right, the next 1 month should be the development phase where you develop your product. So it is important your PID document is ready. I mean, over the next 1 week. All right, okay, so quickly, let me move to the next thing, right? This meeting is going to be short. I'm on the last part of the meeting, so I can allow every other person to enjoy their weekend. Just give me a moment. All right, so I'll be going through this document. I know I went through it during the very first meeting, but it's important we go through it so that we can all be refreshed and know what is at stake and what is required of everybody. Okay, so I don't need to read all through this. What is in for you? You all know that we should join, skilled, involved, how it works. All right, so how it works, I'm just spend a few seconds here. Like I said, it's a 3 to 10 member team. Each team cannot contain more than 10 people and cannot be less than 3 people. Joshua, Enoch, you are welcome. What team are you on? Team A or team B?
I'm in B.
You're in B. All right. So stage 1, like I said earlier on, should be done in a month. We are lagging behind. Stage 2 is what we should be entering now after this meeting. All right. So I'm believing over the next 1 month, I'll follow up with team leads. I should see activities on Slack and see how we are moving with the stage 2 of this program. Like I said, when you start building, you more likely need more team members. There are 2 options. You can bring in people you have connected with on our Slack channel, or external people or people you know in tech that will contribute to your team. Note, you can't just bring anybody without the agreement of your other team members. It's not possible. So like I said, you have 2 options. Bring them in. If they are interested in labs by Beacom, all right, they come in, all right, they register, and we bring them in take them through the document as usual and all that. All right, and they get to benefit every other thing that is attached to labs by Beacom. Or they can just work with you freelance without joining labs by Beacom. It's okay, but they don't get to register and they don't get to benefit. They use it as a work experience, will not be able to stand in for them or vouch for them. All right, so I just wanted to clear that part. So you can bring in other new team members you feel will be helpful to your team, but your other team members must agree to that. All right, are we on the same page? Are we on the same page, everybody?
Yes, it's quite clear.
All right, so let me quickly
Yes.
move. What does it involve? Like I said, is a pre-incubator program that lasts between 3 to 6 months. All right, so all volunteers are to devote 8 hours a week for the 3 months duration. 8 hours a week is an average of 1 hour per week, right? Beacom will randomly group participant teams. That's done. Each team will be cross-functional. A team ceases to exist if it has less than 3 active members. All teams will be required to build a product-led digital technology. All right, so I already spoke about your teams. The 3 months program, why is it 3 to 6 months? I don't want you to have it in mind that you have 6 months to build your product. You have less than 6 months to do it. You have 3 months actually. After the first 3 months, all right, you have to test run your product with real life users. You have to test run your product with real life users. All right, that will be the 3rd month, which is the 3rd stage. Whatever feedback you get after the 3rd month is what, if you need to fine tune your product, there are some other features you need to add to it. You have the next 3 months again to fine tune it. All right. So it is important you finish your product development and testing by the end of 3 months, so that by the time you get feedbacks, you can work on the feedbacks gotten from users of your product. All right. So it's a public good company. Nobody owns your company. For the team creating an health brand, an health app. All right. JJ does not own the product. Ashad does not own the product. Mark does not own the product. I think it's Team B that is creating an health app. Team A, what product are you creating? Please remind me.
We are still creating an app. It's just that ours is in between health and logistics.
All right. So for the logistic, we are creating it. Nobody owns it. Dari does not own the health app. Stotola does not own the health app. So it is important you know that it is in public domain. All right. All coding and all will be in public domain. Being Computer Center should be able to have access to it and all that. All right, I already mentioned that. So at the end of 6 months, is it that the startup is dissolved or you move into the incubator program? Once you build your startup and it fits into our criteria for the incubator program, then it would progress and a name can be put to it, can be registered with CAC and all that. It's important you realize that. I think, let me just make sure I cover all the bases. All companies must be publicly referenced as allowed by Beacom Dev Center company. Very, very important. Your mentor needs to approve your product at every single stage. Your mentor needs to approve your product at every single stage. For example, Team B can move into development. Why? Because your team mentor has not approved your product idea. So please, when the meeting is fixed with your mentor, ensure she approves your product before your product idea before you start development. Let me just move quickly. All stages must be completed within the stipulated time. Startup cannot be changed after stage 1. So once you submit your PID document or your product development document, all right, which I'll be expecting in a week time at least, at most, I mean, you cannot encouraging a situation where you now come back and say you want to change it because you feel, oh, it's too difficult. No, even if you feel it's too difficult, we expect you to take it up, and wherever you get with it is still a developmental process for everybody. It's an opportunity for everybody to learn. All right. So at the end of stage 1, right? At the end of by the time you submit your document, it will not be changed after that. All discussions and engagements will be on Beacom Tech Network Slack channel. I mentioned that, so that will be in full going into the next weeks. Now, all communication needs to be on Slack. Like I said, you can have your WhatsApp group, communicate internally if you want, but engagement and discussions need to also be on the Slack channel. Participants from any team can be withdrawn at any time during the program. This will depend on your individual journey. If I notice or the team notices that you are not participating, you are not attending meetings, you are not contributing to the development of your product, you are not even taking your training course, those are grounds at which you would be withdrawn from this program. You are not taking your course, you didn't finish your course, you did not attend meetings, and I would know if anybody attends meeting or not, because I'll be getting the minute of meetings of your mentors, at least that, I'll be getting that. And I'll be getting updates from your team leads. So if you're not attending your team meetings, I would know, we would know, and we'll take action. All right, so because we don't want you to be a burden on your team. Let's know how many people are devoted to the program. All participants must be active of Become Tech Network. So in red, very important, do not invest in any idea you do not wish to be in public domain. If you feel a particular idea is very, very personal to you, is a baby to you, you have been building it up since you were young, or maybe it just dropped to your mind and you want to make money out of it and you don't want anybody to steal it, please don't bring it to Labs by Become. Sorry, give me a moment. I need to take care of my sounds. So just give me a moment. All right, can we all hear me now?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
All right, so I already spoke about that. Just give me a moment. Okay, the stages of the program. What do you expect? Collaboration, yes, weekly commitment over these 8 hours. Teamwork with fellow participants, work with your team. Please work with your team. Work with your mentor also. Attend meetings. All right, attend meetings. It is very, very important. If you don't attend meetings with your other team members, you will not know what is going on. You will not be able to contribute. All right, so please, it is part of your development to share ideas with your other team members. All right, study and follow the rules involved. All team communications must be on Slack. Always check Slack channel for updates. You can check it on a daily basis, once in a day. Just go through your Slack channel. All right, so it is important you check Slack channel henceforth, because every communication will no longer be on the WhatsApp. All right. All right, are you guys still with me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. All right, so I mentioned earlier on, all codes must be on GitHub, which will be in public domain. So please, all these needs to be taken into consideration. All right, so I already talked about each stage of the program. Cross-functional team. Yeah, let me just emphasize, spend a few seconds talking about this. It's important you work as a team. It's important you work as a team, and your team will contain different skill sets. All right, so it is important you work as a team. And what I mean by cross-functional team is the fact that, you see, the Technician Digital Academic course covers every aspect of product development, up to even marketing your product. All right, so you can pick up basic skills. You might not have a digital marketer on your team. Maybe you don't have a UI UX developer, XYZ. All right, it is important to pick basic skills in some of these learning parts, so that you can double, as a product manager, you can double up as the marketer for the team. All right, so it is important you pick up basic skills across board, so that you can, cover up if you don't have a team member that is skilled on that career path. All right, Cohort already mentioned it. participation tracking. Yeah, let me just emphasize it. Progress reports by each member on a weekly basis on the Tech Nation Digital Academy course. I went through quite a number of people have started the course, some have not started the course. On a weekly basis, I need to see your report on Slack. It does not need to be more, just type it on Slack. Oh, this week I was able to learn this, take this, 1, 2, 3, and that is all to be recorded. So please, these are some of the things we'll be tracking to either decide if a team member will be withdrawn or will remain on Slack or remain in labs by Beacon. Progress reports by each team on the startup. I already have one, though I will expect it in written form. All right, so team leads, please, the report I just asked about now, the last 1 month, the report for the last month, progress report of the last 1 month in terms of where your team is with your product development currently. Please, I'll be expecting it by the end of the week. Please, at least latest by the end of the week, I'll be expecting it. Please send it in with your PID documents approved by your mentor. All right. Moving on. Of course, we'll be conversing with your mentor to get assessment information. As mentioned earlier on, for your startup, we do not advise you spend any dime for now. But if you'll be spending, the team will be taking care of the expenses, one. Secondly, you cannot spend more than 100,000 naira. You cannot spend more than 100,000 naira on your startup. So if we have money bags here, please keep your money for now till when probably your team gets to the incubator stage and all that after the first 3 months. So please, as much as possible, we encourage you to spend 0 naira or $0 on your startup. All right, so this is the training curriculum. I already mentioned it. Yeah, so basically, I think that is all. Any questions? Any questions from anybody so far? Mark, Tola, Joshua, JJ, Dari, any questions? If there are no questions, just unmute and say no question.
Question from my end.
Hello, Dami.
Yes.
I just want to briefly ask. You know, it would have been nice. It would have been nice if, well, you know, all of us have different motivations for being in the cohort, basically. Aside building the product and seeing it from start to finish, it would have also been nice if we could get maybe, I don't know, I'm just suggesting, you know, it's not as if my team members brought it up to me, you know, to avoid loss of confidence and inability to self-motivate. If we could get maybe stipends for data, basically. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Yes. That's understandable. All right. Motivation and carrying your team member along. That is why I mentioned earlier on. It's important you collaborate. And stipends for data can be catered within the team. All right. The team lead can cater for that. All right. Or somebody in the team can decide to probably 1 or 2 people don't have enough data. All right. You can just share your data, only 2 gig and thereabout. So I don't think that should be a lot of expenses. All right. And that can be catered within the team. But from our end, we will not be providing any stipends. Was I able to answer your question, Mr. JJ?
Yes, Dami. Yes, Dami.
And for data's sake, for some of us, we have our centers all around Nigeria. All right, our offices. All right, or centers where you can use electricity and data. All right, so if you're having data problem or you don't have data, please communicate with your team lead. You can communicate with me, then we can arrange if you can get to the closest centers that we have around. All right, so we have that option. We have our centers where we offer free electricity and data, so you can come around to the closest one we have in Ibadan, in Lagos. If you need the addresses, I can provide it if any team member needs the help. All right, Mr. GJ, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say something. I noticed that currently I'm unable to sign into my GSTEC Academy account, but I tried to reset password. It's not.
Which one is that? I didn't get a question.
The DBA platform that we are using for our courses.
Slack?
No.
Oh, Technation?
Yes, Technation. I'm unable to sign in. Well, my email is already registered there, and I'm only unable to sign in. So I said I asked for a reset link.
Okay.
Close to like 3 hours, I've not gotten a reset link.
Oh, all right. So I guess Technation will reply you, but I think that should not be a serious issue since you remember the email you used in registration. So I guess they'll get back to you on that. So that shouldn't be much of an issue since it's a reset password. And the option is right there, was there, right?
Yes.
Was the option there?
It was there,
yeah,
yes.
so they'll get back to you definitely. They'll get back to you.
Okay.
All right. Room for one more
Check
question.
your spam. You might have gotten to your spam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably your spam. So one more room for a question before we call it a day today.
I have a question.
All right.
In a case where, for example, a very important skill like software development or a developer is not present in a team, what can we do?
All right. So I spoke about that earlier on. You have two options. All right. Or maybe not two options, right? We have options. You can always bring in new team members into your group, but of course, your team must agree to that. The problem was there, and everybody agrees, so we can bring in this person. Maybe you guys will hold an interview if you wish, but everybody must agree. All right. So you can bring anybody that you know that is skilled in that. We have our Slack channel or our Beacom Tech Network platform, Slack platform, as over 1,000 techies on those platforms that would love to be part of this if you bring them in. So you can make announcements on our channels on the Slack platform if you need any of these skills. We have other Beacom communities that we can help you request if there are people that will be interested in this or would want to be part of your team also. As a techie also, I'm sure it's important to create connections around you, connections of like minds. All right. If you're a digital marketer or a product developer, that does not mean only product developers should be your friends or your connections. Others tech skill, career paths can also be part of your connection. So it's important you start networking now. If you notice there's a particular important skill that might be missing in your team now, please start networking with people. All right. One advantage of this program is also to create an avenue where you can network. Either you network by choice or you network by need. If you need a software developer, compulsorily, you must network. All right. So start thinking of it now and start networking with people that will be interested in this. All right. Was I able to answer your question, Joshua?
Yes. Thank you very much. You did.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, a lot of your team members are not here. Our next meeting in a month's time, everybody needs to be here. Please communicate this. If anybody is not here and does not take permission ahead of time, we might need to withdraw the person from the program. So please communicate. Team leads, please communicate this to the other team members that are not present. All right. The next meeting will be holding in exactly 4 weeks' time. In fact, let me give you the dates now so that everybody is in sync. Same time. All right, on the 11th of June. Your next meeting is on the 11th of June. I'll confirm the time, but the time is most likely that 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Why the time is not usually confirmed is because we have other quads. This is quad 5. We have other quads also. All right, but note, it is your next meeting is on the 11th of June. Please make yourself available. And please communicate this to your other team members. Team leads, did we all get that?
Well, I got that.
All right. Thank you guys for coming for the meeting. Hope to receive information from the team lead during the week. All right, thank you. Have a great weekend.
And you too. Thank you.